everyone, this is Rachel with Rachel's Wig Reform. Today I'm going to show you how you can put a French braid into your wig. And yes, it can be done. So I'm going to show that to you today using Katherine by Jon Renau in the color Shaded Praline. In case you're wondering, I'm wearing Rider by Amore in the color Melted Marshmallow. This is my favorite wig to pull up into a ponytail. It's a wavy wig, but I love the way the waves come together in the ponytail. It's just kind of bouncy and cute. So let me go ahead and lower this down for you so you can see. There we go. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is section off my initial chunk of hair that I'm going to start the braid with. So now that I have her here, I'm going to divide her into 3 sections. And I wish I had a better view for you, but when I tried to turn this way, I found that it looked like the weather was a beautiful blue sky today, because that's all you would have saw is my big blue back in your face. So I hope this will be a good view. So I have them sectioned into my 3 pieces. I'm just going to crisscross those just like I would as if I was braiding. Okay, and that starts my initial braid right here at the top. So now I would normally just, if this was a traditional braid, I would just cross this piece over. Always have your wide tooth comb handy too when we're doing this, because I'm just going to lower it down just a smidge more for you. This can get kind of snarly as you're pulling the hair and you want to keep brushing it. So I cross that piece over. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm going to start to pull some more hair back. And this is where it can kind of get snarly. And I'm going to add this chunk of hair, and I take my time to kind of smooth out any of those little creases or little pieces of hair that want to get looped up. And I add that piece of hair to the one that I already crossed over. I got a piece of hair caught in here. Okay. And then what I'm going to do then is go to the other side. I cross the one piece over, and I'm going to grab some more hair and add that to it. And just, I always take my time with this. I want it to look as good as possible. Sometimes I'll start over, and that's just because once I get this in the braid, I'm going to show you how to put it on top of your head with the braid in it. And then also I will take it right off at the end of the night with the braid in and store it on my mannequin head just like that. So that braid will be in here until you take it out. It's a great thing to do if like you're going to be outside a lot during the week and you just want to have your hair secured and put back. Go ahead and get it braided, and then each morning you can just get up and throw her on. And I like to use Katherine because she's a lace front, but she's a basic cap up on top, which means you're going to have more permatease up here in this area. And I like that because it gives it just like a nice little lift there. The other reason why I like using a wig such as Katherine is because she is a lower price point. And when you are doing stuff like this to your wig, pulling on it, rubber banding it, it does break it down a little bit faster. So I don't want to use one of my more expensive fully hand-tied wigs to do it. Now I did wear a hand-tied wig in an updo for my son's wedding, but that was different. This is more for your everyday look. And Katherine's at that lower price point, so if she gets a little more damaged, it's not as bad. She's also the one that I used to show the messy bun. I've done a lot to her. And I'm just going to bring this piece over and just keep adding. So speaking of my big blue sweatshirt, it's also my CrossFit sweatshirt. I used to be very active in CrossFit. I used to be very active, honestly. And the last few years, I've gone pretty much downhill with a lot of that. I'll be completely honest. And I went back to CrossFit this week. In fact, I had a session today, and I'm still in my gear. Oh, Lord, man, I'm telling you, I think my Fitbit almost called 911 for me because it was thinking, this woman's heart rate has never been this high before. But I survived. And I do actually feel better after I'm done doing it. A girl I used to cheer with in high school, she owns it. She's this little fit, muscular, very strong lady. Okay. One of the machines there is this new ski machine. It wasn't there the last time I was at CrossFit, so it was brand new, and we were using it today. It looks like something from the game room of 50 Shades of Grey. I was like, what do we do with this thing? And I swear to God, it almost killed me. It was the hardest. It's horrible. I never want to do that again. I think I'd rather run. And if you know me, if I'm running, you probably should too, because something's coming at me. I hate to run. Oh, God darn it. I pulled on that and I did not want to. It's all right. I also have safety pins in here to keep it secure so that it's not moving around. I'm just getting down here towards the bottom, and now I'm just continuing to add hair to each side. So I fold it over, I reach in, grab some hair, add it, and just continue to braid. So now that we're down here at the bottom, you will start to have a couple different options. You can take it and braid it all the way down, like I'm doing here. I'm really mad that I pulled on that piece. That is something that would normally make me start over. So you can braid this all the way down to the bottom and have a long French braid like this. Or you can rubber band it off right here and have a ponytail at the bottom, or you can do a messy bun at the bottom. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a messy bun, but first I'll show what it looks like in the ponytail. So I'm just going to put that rubber band right up at the nape area, and I am going to secure this around here 3 times. I'm eventually going to do 4, but I'm going to start with 3. Okay, so you could brush this out and let it get just kind of fluffy that way for your braid. Or you can turn this into a messy bun, and that's what I'm going to do right now. So I'm going to brush through this a little bit more, and then I'm going to take the rubber band and I'm going to go around it one more time. And if you've seen my video on the messy bun, it's the same technique. So I'm just going to pull that hair almost through, but not quite. So there's these pieces underneath here that are not, that part is not getting pulled through. So what I'm going to do with those pieces is I'm going to pull those up and around. So I want to just kind of spread those little pieces up to the side. You just kind of have to pull on them a little bit. I have a feeling I keep getting my head in there, and I apologize. Then what you'll do is you will start to get this bun messy. And I just take my fingers in there and start to separate it out. Get some of those smaller pieces pulled out. and just create a little messy bun down here at the bottom of the wig. Okay, so here's another thing that I do. I like to take the braid and kind of pull on it and open it up a little bit. Some people will like to keep it just nice and tight like this, and that's absolutely cool. I'm just going to show you another option with it. So when you are like pulling a braid apart, you want to make sure you get into the thick center of the braid. You don't want to be pulling it apart from right here on the edges, because all you're going to do is create a lot of little wispy pieces. You got to get right in there to the thickest part and start pulling that out. So I'm going to show you how to do it here. So I'm right here in the middle, and I'm just kind of tugging it away from each other. You see how that opened up just a little bit? Get down here. Again, just tugging it right from the center. And what's nice about the mannequin is you're not pulling your own hair. I've done this little technique on some people before, and it can pull. So see how that braid's just getting a little wider and thicker? And you can do this as open or as tight as you want. When you get up here towards the top, it's not as tight in there, so you don't have to be as aggressive as you do down here where it's a little tighter. Okay. I'll show you here. Oh, let me get this one open a little bit more. I don't think I did this one yet. Okay, so you see how that braid just kind of got wider in there? And this could be even more opened up. Again, that's just all a personal preference. Okay, and then we take this, get it all messed up. All right, I'm going to get the safety pins out of here, and I'm going to put this on for you so you can see what it looks like once you put it on your head. Let me get the safety pins out quick. Sometimes they're little buggers to get out here. Blah, that one got caught. I'm going to lift this back up here. All right. So we'll just get this taken off. There she is. This is how I would take it off at the end of the day and put it onto the mannequin head. Ooh, let me get this wig off. All right. Now we'll put her on. When you first put it on after you braided it, you're going to notice like, gosh, it feels kind of tighter, and it will. It's going to, probably left out a little too much bang here, but I can show you a little trick on how to fix that too. So the one thing about Katherine is she does sit back a little farther on me with her ear tabs. So when I do braid her, I feel like those ear tabs are sort of sitting back a little bit farther than usual. But what I'm going to do is come in here to the sides. Oh, I pulled that too hard. I did not want to do that. That would have, I'd be starting over. And just kind of messing that up around there. And then taking this and blending it in. You can put some behind your ear. Now right here, if this is too much out for you, you can take this and kind of comb her out, bring her up and around, and then you could just bobby pin that into the braid in the back. And then that just kind of adds that little extra sweep there. But if you want this much braid or bangs out too, that works also. Mess that up around there. Put some of it behind my ear. It's a little too much out for me, but I would have probably just bobby pinned it back. Okay, so now I'm going to check my mirror real quick here in the three-way, just to look at it quick to see what it's looking like. All right, so now, just like I did with the messy bun, you want to go in and kind of pull on the hair here to bring that down, to kind of loosen that up a little bit to get over top of that material or that nape wig line. Again, I'm doing this without a mirror, so I hope I'm pulling on it correctly. Yeah, it's coming along. And then I do the same thing over here on this side. I just kind of pull down on the hair here. And it just kind of brings those pieces over top of that nape area. And then you do the same thing in the back. Just kind of pull your nape down and then get it nice and messy with your bun. And then there's your French braid. So again, if you're watching this and thinking, oh my gosh, there's parts that she should be fixing, or I can see a spot that doesn't look very good, please forgive me. I don't have the mirror to see myself do it. So that is how you can put a French braid into your hair or your wig. And then again, you have your options where you can braid it all the way down and ponytail it or rubber band it at the end. You could leave this in a ponytail, or you could put it into the messy bun. This is also a cute style for like a special night, and you could put fun things into like the braid area where, I'm just going to pull up on this too, like little rhinestones or little detail things just to make it look a little fancier. You could also put something like right here in the nape area, right above that bun, to kind of make it look pretty and like fancy it up a little bit. But for the most part, that is exactly how I do my messy buns, and I'm sorry, my braids, and braid with a messy bun. So here's what I would do. It's the end of the day. Off she comes, ready to go. I would just take her mannequin head, put her on. These mannequin heads do not stretch out my wigs. My wigs are much bigger than much bigger than what these mannequin heads are. It slides all over. Some people think that the ones I had are going to stretch it out, and it doesn't. So that's how she would go into my storage, and she'd be ready to go for the next time that I wanted to wear her. So I hope that helps and gives you some more creative ideas on what you can do with your wigs. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so. And also make sure you follow me on my Facebook page, Rachel's Wig Reform, so you can see all my before and after pictures. All right, everyone, we'll talk with you soon.